Hello Internet, 60x Self. Today I think is going to be our final part of The Uncle Who Works for Nintendo. I say this because we've unlocked all the endings that are there. Now we just have to find what's up with this weird block of text. Today's question of the day, though, before we get started, is what is your favorite holiday? For me, my favorite holiday is Halloween. I think it's the right mix of spooky and fun, right? You got kids in costumes, you got adults in scary costumes, candy, you've got fun alcoholic beverages. Like, it's just a great mix of fun for everyone of any age. Different activities depending on the age, though. But I'd love to know what holiday is your favorite holiday. Throw it in the comments below. I'm particularly interested for y'all not in the US. But let's get started on this. Okay, so we've done all the other endings. This said to do, what did this say? Repetition with a difference. It is not the time for running. Go where you're not wanted. Go where you've been told you can't go. So the only thing that could mean to me is the kitchen. When the uncle shows up, I'm not sure what I saw. When the uncle shows up, I was told I couldn't go to the kitchen. You head toward the oh, this is different. Thinking you may grab a soda from the fridge. On the way, you have to head through the dining room. Michael's mom and dad are still there. The table hasn't yet been cleared, and they're still sitting in the exact same places you left them. In fact, you realize they're not moving at all. They sit there completely still like mannequins. Michael's dad is holding up his glass of lemonade as if getting ready to take a drink. Michael's mom has her head turned and her mouth slightly open as if she froze immediately after you and Michael left the dining room. Attempt to talk to them. Hello? They don't respond. Thunder rumbles outside. They don't seem to notice. This isn't funny. They aren't even blinking. Run past them into the kitchen. You are in the empty kitchen. The dining room is behind you. You could grab something out of the fridge or exit through back to return to the den. You aren't going back that way. You just aren't. I guess let's return to the den. Alright. Tell Michael about his parents. You tell Michael what you saw. What? He asks, looking over his shoulder at you and pausing his game. Your parents are sitting in the dining room still. They're not moving. They're not even blinking. Are you sure? Says Michael, frowning at you. I bet they're just being weird. Give me a second. As he stands up and moves out of the room, he points back at the 64. You can play my game if you want. Let's just wait. You stand alone in the den, listening to the wind outside and the chiming of the grandfather clock. You try to listen to the conversation Michael must be having with his parents, but you don't hear anything. After a while, Michael comes back. They look fine to me, says Michael. Mom said she's going to bring us popcorn soon. But I saw them. Nice try for a prank, though, says Michael, seemingly ignoring you. Oh, and one more thing, he says while he resumes his spot in front of the Nintendo. Thanks for sending me out then. Mom made me help her clean up after all. Special company. What? Oh, my uncle is coming to visit. Time passes. It's annoying. The clock chimes. You are in the den. Ask about parents. So was I hallucinating that thing with your parents? Of course you were, says Michael, you weirdo. But you see, earlier at dinner I saw your dad drinking a beer. Michael doesn't even look at you. My dad doesn't drink, he says. Yeah, I know. That's why it was so weird, because when I looked again, it was just a glass of lemonade. This seems to catch Michael's attention as he stops playing the game and turns to look at you. Are you sure you saw that? Yeah, totally. Weird, huh? Yeah, says Michael, and then he grins at you. Maybe you're losing it. So much for that. What else is there to talk about? Games? You try to strike up a conversation, but Michael is too involved in the game and seems to be ignoring you. You simply watch him play in silence. An hour passes. The clock chimes. You are in the den. Alright, here's that popcorn. Nod silently. He's gonna be here around midnight, and then she's gone. How do I make time pass fastest? Talk to Michael. School? Oh, he's ignoring me. Alright, well. It's gonna chime every hour at me then. Return. Games. What if I try to ask him about his parents again? Ask about his parents. How are your parents doing? What are you talking about? Asked Michael. They're fine, I guess. How's your mom? She's good. I wish she didn't have to work so late all the time. Yeah, Michael says, almost laughing. That would suck, huh? It does. Michael seems to want to let this conversation end here as he goes back to playing his game. You think about your mom. Alright, well that didn't pass the time. Alright, you're in the den. Oh. The grandfather clock chimes the hour as suddenly Michael looks up from the 64. It's time, he says. Stop being weird. Someone knocks at the front door. That's him, says Michael, standing up. I should go let him in. As he leaves the den, you realize you could follow, but a part of you really feels like being scarce for a bit. Run to the kitchen. This passage does not exist. Go anyway. What? You go to this kitchen. No, there's not much of a... Not allowed, child. Tell the uncle to be quiet. It falls silent for a moment. It has grown weak since you haven't been feeding it. Take out the Game Boy. From your pocket, you pull Michael's Game Boy Color. The uncle is somewhere behind the half-textured walls, grumbling to itself. Turn on the Game Boy. What is happening? Start. Oh. Pokédex, Pokemon items. Option. Interesting. Save? It's probably not a good idea to save when things are getting so messed up. Pokemon. This isn't the time to use that. Pokedex. This isn't the time to use this. Item. You are carrying a Game Boy Color. You hope this works. It came to you after you picked up Michael's Game Boy, still weak from the night of the sleepover, and in that moment you had an understanding of what it was and what it did. How many times had you not made it through that night? How many of your friends had gone before you, would come after you? How many had taken the Game Boy? It promised you what it promised everyone, every time. The newest games, the best consoles, the best strategies, and most talent, the knowledge of tricks and secrets. A family who could and would provide these things. You could play well, play forever, and you could always be the best, so long as you fed it. And you had an idea. It did not like your first request, but it was hungry and it had no other choice. So here you are. No, you won't run. Not this time. Option. Slow, mid, fast. You are 11 years old. What is your best friend's name? Your best friend Michael has invited you to a sleepover. Whoa. In the corner of the grandfather clock is ticking softly. Through a nearby set of patio doors you can see it's dark and rainy. Michael is parked in front of the large TV playing something on the Nintendo 64. Suddenly he jumps up, as if you scared him by entering when you did, and turns to look at you. What was that? He asks. I know about the uncle. Michael blinks uneasily at you. I don't know what you mean. What are you talking about? I used it to come back here. Stop this, stop this. Michael looks around uneasily. I hear it too. How is this happening? Michael asks. I'm starving it to death. Michael shakes his head in disbelief. What are you here for? What are you doing? The rain outside increases in tempo, or stops sounding exactly like rain. I came back to save you. Whoa. Michael takes a step toward you. How did you do that? It doesn't control you. It may seem like it does. It may seem like it's all you have, but it's not. But it said it lies. It always lies. But all the others, Michael said, they're gone. No, we're here. We're all here still. Gone forever, gone forever. I made so many. My parents, my brother. I don't deserve it. Why did you come back for me? Suddenly, Michael is crying. Why did you come back for me? Because we're friends. You are not. Things are starting to change. The uncle, the thing that calls itself an uncle, is either on the verge of death or making a final gamble to stop either of you from leaving. Michael is still crying. Take Michael's hand. Michael looks up at you. You really came back for me? You really think we can do this? It wants us to hate each other, and I won't do that. With a sad smile, he nods. Okay, let's go. Exit. Come back. Pause, quit. Oh. I'm sorry you were hurting, and I did not listen. It doesn't control us. It isn't our only choice, even if it wants us to think it is. You are my friend. No more games. You are my friend, and I am here for you. End. The uncle who works for Nintendo. That's a nice happy ending to this. We ended that with our friend turning out okay, with saving him from the uncle and getting an explanation on what exactly was going on. Like I said in the first video, which I will link right here. Click it. It's a fun spin on the old rumor of, oh, I have an uncle who works for Nintendo, or somebody who works for Nintendo, and puts a very freaky twist on it. I really hope you enjoyed watching it. If you enjoyed the more narrative style of it, I enjoyed it a whole lot. I'm thinking I will try some other maybe point-and-click adventure, maybe text adventure games. I just can't think of what would be good. I was thinking about going back to some really old-school stuff like Zork. If you have any suggestions or thoughts on that, throw them out there. I'm not super up on my text adventure games. And if you did enjoy what you saw, of course you should let me know. It's terrible how we bottle up our emotions in this society. You can find me on Tumblr, where you can heart and you can follow. You can find me on Twitter, where you can heart and you can follow. You can find me on YouTube, where you can thumbs up, you can like, you can comment. And finally, you can find me on Facebook, where you can like the page, you can like the post, and you can comment. You can find me playing other games. Right now I'm playing Breath of Fire 2, which I will put a link to right here. Did you click it? If you want to do me a really big favor, the best thing you can do is to share this with everyone you know. Reblog on Tumblr, retweet on Twitter, share it on Facebook, to your wall, to your friend's wall. If you have a friend you think would be interested, share it on their wall. Finally, you can take the embed code, you can take the URL from YouTube, and you can flash that all over the internet. Make your own little tweet about it. I don't care. Get people watching, however you can do it. But if you choose not to, I'm still glad that you watched, especially to the end. Viewer retention is very important. And I truly hope that you're having a great day. I hope you're having a fantastic life. And I will see you guys on the next game. Bye, Internet.